All right, welcome. We are back here with another Georgia Dynasty, both stream and putting this on YouTube. So if you're watching this on stream, thank you for catching it live. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for tuning in. Heading into week 3. First time playing on the road in this game, so something I'm very excited about. We're taking on a Kentucky team that is at 1-1. We'll give a brief overview of what we're looking like with them, and then we'll jump into the game. So as we come over here, we'll check their schedule again. They're at 1-1, and it was actually more because of a shocker. So Kentucky lost in week 1 to Southern Mississippi. Southern Miss just beat them. I mean, nothing really. It's just a bad day for Kentucky. If we look kind of at the box score, Brock Vandegrift, former Georgia Bulldog, transferred over. No touchdowns, no interceptions, but was sacked 5 times. Just kind of a lackluster day. Had a big day for DeMonte Trainum. But just couldn't get the job done. But they did bounce back in a big way with a win at home against South Carolina. So much more impressive performance. South Carolina, they were able to pick off the North Sellers twice, but Vandegrift with 3 touchdowns versus a pick. Trainum again almost at 100 yards. Brock Vandegrift did add on a rushing touchdown as well. Dane Key scored. Jamori Macklin and Barian Brown, all 3 scored in that game. Kentucky was able to get off to a 1-0 start in conference despite the week 2 loss, and we'll go over their roster right quick. Pretty talented team with some guys I think are going to give us some problems based on the way that the Clemson game went for us. And obviously the big name here is Deon Walker. Many people thought that he was going to transfer out from Kentucky this past offseason, but he decided to stay, one of the biggest disruptors in the SEC and in the country. But going position by position, got Brock Vandegrift. Again, tried to wait his turn in Athens. Just was not meant to be. Decided to take a chance over at Kentucky. Pulling for him in real life, obviously, unless he's playing the Dogs. But hoping he's successful. Good athlete, good arm, 94 throw power along with the 80 speed. Pretty solid accuracies. I mean, just pretty solid player, all in all there. Running back, we got DeMonte Trainum again, who had 100 yards against Southern Miss, just barely did not get it against South Carolina. We got Dimi Sumo Garngabaye, not really sure how to pronounce that name. Got Jason Patterson, a freshman, but looks like it's definitely going to be these top 2 guys, with Trainum essentially being the main one. Really good group of wide receivers. Barian Brown and Dane Key both started as true freshmen, have put up 2 pretty good campaigns. Obviously, Barian Brown, 98 speed, something to watch for. Probably will have to run a little bit more cover 3 in this game, protect over the top a little bit more. Dane Key's very, very solid himself. Jamori Macklin gives them a very strong trio there. Then you add in Fred Farrier here, and some talent here for sure for Brock to get the ball out to. Got Josh Caddis as their number 1 tight end, followed by Jordan Dingle. Nothing really special there, not spectacular athletes, but do present some good size and ability to make some plays. Offensive line, Marquise Cox, redshirt senior, pretty good right there at left tackle. Weakness right here for sure, and Dylan Ray. Starting this at 73 overall, should be someone we can take advantage of. Moves back to a stronger spot here, Eli Cox at center. We got Jagger Burton at right guard, again pretty solid with the overall. And Cortland Ford, a redshirt senior at right tackle. Not the best overall, so we should have some success, I would say, overall against their offensive line. 2 really good players, 1 pretty solid, and then some holes at left guard and right tackle. Got Khalil Saunders here, 77 overall guy at left end. He's on the opposite side again by Deon Walker. We'll just kind of take a look at him. One of the, again, better players in the SEC, one of the best players in the country. So far, has gotten 5 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and a sack and a half. It's a pretty solid player, solid production so far. It's going to be a major problem. 6'6", 348, he's huge. Doesn't really have to come off the field very much. Defensive tackle, we got Deshaun Silver and Josiah Hayes, two pretty good ball players there as well. I think that we can run the ball, but Deion Walker is going to be somebody we're probably going to have to try to avoid. At left outside linebacker, we got J.J. Weaver, good speed, good awareness. Redshirt seniors, played a lot. Solid open field tackle guy, and pretty good in zone. Middle linebacker, we got De'Eric Jackson. Again, good pursuit, decent zone, and is not overly fast. And then there's not really a whole lot of high-end talent behind him. This is a very young group at middle linebacker overall, so do not expect Jackson to come off the field very much. Got Grant Godfrey as the main starter here at right outside linebacker, is a redshirt freshman from Sewanee, Georgia, with a couple of sophomores behind him. Nothing special here, some decent athletes, but nothing crazy. Got Maxwell Harrison. This is definitely a guy to watch out for and maybe try to avoid if at all possible. High overall zone, big body, decent speed. Definitely a pretty good player there. Jonquise Hardaway, again, the guy that maybe ends up playing a good bit in the slot for them, but does have good size, 6'3", 194. We got Jansen Dunn, and then we got Avery Stewart. So top four corners are solid. You probably try to avoid Hairston and kind of pick on the other guys. They don't really match up well with how deep our wide receiver room is, but some solid players. Free safety, they got a redshirt senior here and Christian Story. Not overly fast, got some good change of direction, and zone and man are just fine. So not a great safety there. And Zion Childress, redshirt senior, good speed for a strong safety, pretty good zone coverage there. So I think this is a defense that should struggle to stop this Georgia offense. But I do think that Brock, with these wide receivers and train them at running back, I think can definitely give us some problems for sure. So we're going to hop in. Let's see what we got. So again, Georgia, #1 overall team, playing at Kentucky. My first road game on College Football 25 with everything that we've gotten. All the videos I've seen, it looks like playing on the road is definitely going to be a different thing. But we'll get it started. Hopefully we can take care of business. Definitely interested to see how we play. See if we can get the run game going. It's been off to a slow start. The passing game has been a lot of dink and dunk, a couple of deep shots, but nothing crazy. But yeah. So we're here in Lexington, Kentucky, seeing Kentucky come out of the tunnel. A lot of blue in the crowd, as expected. Go Big Red, more like it. Certainly not saying go Big Blue, but yeah, they get to host the #1 team in the country. I know they're looking to pull off the upset. Georgia coming out of the tunnel now, and yeah, Kroger Field, little SEC play. First SEC game that I've played on the new game. First SEC game of the Dynasty. And looks like we'll be kicking off to start. As you can see in the top right matchup summary, we line up very well with them. Kind of even looking over the roster, this is about what I expected. Just a matter of being able to keep our composure, seeing how we deal with the road environment. And that will be nailed down. And we will see Brock Vandegrift, former Georgia Bulldog, getting his chance to start. Again, he's got 3 touchdowns versus a pick to start off the year. He's got some good guys to throw the ball to. You see our offense has performed better than them, certainly scoring more points. And see if our defense can play up to the standard here and see if we can take care of business. We come in very healthy. Brock tries to hand it off, and Nazir Stackhouse puts an end to that to start off the game. I think the key thing for Kentucky is being able to run the football on us early. We've struggled with that to an extent so far this year, but he is able to find Dane Key underneath there. Gain of about 12 makes it a 3rd and short. Good throw there by Brock. Kind of expecting a run to the left as Brock runs the read option again. Brock's got good wheels. Good read, was able to get to the edge there and get upfield. He has shown off his wheels a pretty good bit early on this year. Again, does have the rushing touchdown. He takes the shotgun snap here and gives a handoff. Oh, and they run a reverse, but Georgia is there to put a stop to it as Julian Humphrey comes crashing down, and Kentucky's got an injury to their tight end, Josh Travis, I believe. Yeah, big play there by Humphrey, and again, 2nd and long, two first down plays, and 2 bad results for Kentucky as they line up in the shotgun, run a draw, and Trainum is taken down. Really, really good play there by Warren Brinson. And it's 3rd and very, very long. Again, Kentucky has got some good speed with Barry and Brown, their number 7, lined up in the slot. And they just run a draw, and Georgia is able to wrap them up after a really good game there. But again, 4th down. Have to expect Kentucky will punt early on in the game, and Georgia's defense gets off the field. And pretty poor punt. Looks like we're going to be at the 19. And here we go. Carson Beck, matchup to watch. Again, Deion Walker, cannot give him enough praise. Just a really excellent football player and a guy that can definitely change the way we have to operate in this game. Georgia comes out lined up in the bunch. ETN to the right. Crowd is loud, not showing up on the top 25 toughest places to play, but see how that impacts us as Beck takes the snap. Gets the ball over to ETN, who breaks a tackle on the edge, is able to gain 6 there. Good first carry. Again, ETN 17 carries for 91 yards now on the season. Didn't get a whole lot of playing time last week as we played the Pandas. Came into the game a little beat up. Georgia didn't really want to give him the ball too much, save him for as we enter conference play. And again, Beck in the shotgun, ETN to his left, hands it off, get a nice halfback base, and ETN tried to be patient there, and that got blown up in the backfield. Now we got a 3rd down. Let's see what the Bulldogs are able to draw up here. Again, this is a secondary that Georgia feels like they're going to be able to work well against, as long as they can block Deion Walker and see if we can't make some plays. Crowd is definitely loud, kind of affecting the way that Georgia's reacting, and that ball is caught. Excellent catch by Colby Young. Kind of a dangerous pass there from Carson Beck, but was able to get the job done, convert the 3rd down. Now Georgia coming out lined up under center. ETN in the backfield, and he fakes it and gets it out to Urosic. There's nobody out there. Urosic almost was able to get around the defender. Did gain 9 there, and Carson Beck continues an excellent start to the season. Georgia comes back out in the shotgun. Again, ETN out there. We have not seen another back yet. 3 receivers to the right. And he hands off again to ETN. ETN gets upfield, gains the 1st down. Georgia just continuing to push. Georgia's trying to get a nice early start here. Trying to get up, get this crowd out of the game. Beck again comes out in the shotgun. 3 receivers to his right. Looks like he calls a little hot route and takes the snap. Got Oscar Delp wide open. Can he get loose? He's loose. He's running down the right sideline, and Oscar Delp is going to take it the distance as Kentucky tries to blitz from the secondary at a really bad time. And Delp, with his first monster catch of the season, he's off to a good start. Really, really nice long touchdown there to get Georgia on the board first with a nice touchdown. Saw Delp tried to separate with the juke, but the safety was not quite close enough. But then he ends up being able to break the attempt to wrap up there and just outruns Kentucky to the end zone. Really, really nice start. Could not have drawn it up any better for Georgia. And they get the extra point, go up 7-0. Georgia is getting ready to kick off again after their early lead. Thorson kicks it off. Looks like it's well into the end zone again, and it is being kneeled down. Here we go. Can Brock Vandergrip and this Wildcat offense, can they respond? Not really a great first drive from them. And he fakes it. He's got a guy, looks like he had a guy open but didn't throw it, and he gets sacked by Damon Wilson Jr. Wilson has impressed in limited snaps so far this year. Good to see the sophomore get a big play in there early in the game. First sack of the game for either team. And yet again, Kentucky has had 3 first down snaps, and every one of them have lost yards now. I think that's now a combined 14 yards lost on the first 3 first down plays. They decide to hand off, and it is going nowhere as it is shut down. Georgia's defense just swarmed after them. Trainum has just had very little room to operate so far. 3rd and 18. I think we'll see Georgia back it off here. And Vandergrip takes the snap, and they run a screen. Should be plenty of Georgia guys to get a stop. And Georgia forces a 3 and out. And if Kentucky's going to play behind the chains, you know, heading into 2nd and 3rd down, this whole game, it's going to be a long day for the Wildcats and a great day for Georgia as Anthony Evans catches the punt. Ooh, gets away from the first defender. Gets the ball up to almost the 40, and Georgia takes back over. We see Beck come out this time with Branson Robinson behind him. Branson's first snap of the game. See what Georgia does as they run it. Branson bounced off a tackle, gain of about 5. Georgia run game is off to a pretty good start here early. And now we see Beck yet again under center. Branson still in the game, and he hands off to the right. Branson is met in the middle, but does gain a couple of yards, and we got a 3rd and short for the Dogs. Now we see ETN out there again, 3 wide receivers to the right. ETN to Beck's left. He puts ETN in motion. He tries to swing it out, and Kentucky blows it up. Really nice play. They were unable to get the block there on Hardaway. And Georgia's going to have to punt the ball back. Oh, almost. Punter almost gets hit there. Thorson would have been a first down for Georgia, but we've got Kentucky back out here on offense. Definitely looking for a better start here. They have had 2 pretty bad possessions. We'll see if they're able to draw something up. They hand the ball off to Trainum, and Trainum gets loose. Really nice run there for Kentucky. Their first positive play on first down for the whole game. Trainum now at 26 yards rushing. That was a really, really impressive run. Was able to keep his feet through traffic there. Got Vandergriff lined up in the shotgun. He takes the snap, looking to throw. Gets the ball out for a really short gain. That is over to Caddis, his tight end. Got a 2nd and 7. Georgia looks as if they're expecting the run. See if that's what Kentucky gives him. He takes the snap, and he does run a counter, but it gets blown up in the backfield. Warren Brinson gets the first lick for Michael Williams, is able to end the play there in the backfield. It is now 3rd and 8. Can Kentucky keep this drive going? Their defense was able to get a stop. Can they offense prove that they can? Oh, what a throw from Vandergriff. Got it over the head of the Georgia linebacker and was able to find Dane Key with that great speed. Man, what a throw that was. Here we go, Vandergriff from the slot, hands it off. Trainum with a good run, but is wrapped up by Malachi Starks. Looked like he was going to be able to break away from him, but he was not. 2nd and 8. Georgia's been pretty consistent defensively on first down. Have put Kentucky in bad spots, but they run a draw and a lot of great blocking there by the Kentucky wide receivers. as Traynham was able to get past the line. There was nobody free. So really good play there, and Kentucky's driving almost inside the red zone. Vandegrift again takes a snap, drops back. They're setting up a screen. Ismail Mondin shuts it down. Only a gain of 1 there. Vandegrift is showing composure here. Is not letting the early game struggles really get to him. And it is 2nd and long. Again, he takes the snap out of the shotgun. He wheels it over, and he has got an immediate tackle there on the outside. And now we have a 3rd and 7. I believe that was Ellis Robinson on the tackle. 3rd and 7. Can Georgia get the stop? Fakes the handoff and has to throw that ball away as Vandegrift got hit right as he was getting ready to throw. And Kentucky is coming out for a field goal now. See if Georgia can get a block right here. And they were unable to do so. And Kentucky is now on the board, 7-3 with Georgia ahead here as we're closing in towards the end of the 1st quarter. Just about a minute left. Kentucky now kicks it away. Anthony Evans back to receive the kick. Anthony Evans already with several big returns. Nice little move there, and is able to get up the field. Get Georgia out to the 23-yard line. Again, Evans had the kick return touchdown against Clemson in the opener. And Georgia's back out on offense and back in the shotgun. Etienne to his right in the bunch formation, hands it off. Ooh! Etienne found a crease. If he could have hit the hole maybe a little bit faster, that could have sprung a good play. Had some good blocking there, but still never can complain about gaining 6 yards. Beck in this Georgia offense really seems composed here. He's able to find Dominique Lovett, who's off to a fantastic start to the season, able to find him underneath. That's his first catch of the day. See what Georgia, they keep coming out in this bunch. It's a formation they really like. They got the 2 tight ends that they love, while also being able to get Bellin Lovett out there. Just a really good all-around setup. And there he is. Beck finds Jurasek down the sideline. On the out route, he's able to get upfield and gets a 1st down as we close out the 1st quarter. Again, the #1 Georgia Bulldogs, #1 team in the country, is up 7-0. Been a fairly even matchup so far. Georgia has been the more consistent offense, certainly, but each team has had to punt at least once, with Kentucky having to punt twice before putting together a pretty good drive there on their last one. But see if that keeps up. Georgia comes out lined up in the shotgun here. Etienne to Beck's right. He puts Delp over in motion. Takes the snap and hands off. A little RPO action. And handoff up the middle. Etienne with a really good carry. Etienne 5 carries for 25 yards now. Georgia offense seems to be having more success running the football than they've seen the first 2 weeks. Beck comes back out. Branson Robinson into the game. Under center. Beck audibles. Takes a snap. Hands off. Branson Robinson. Nice hole built by that strong offensive line. As the season seems to progress, they seem to be playing a little bit better. We will see what Georgia comes up with here. Again, we're under center. Beck fakes it. Does take the snap. Gets the ball to Bell just past the linebacker, a gain of 5. Bell has not created a whole bunch of, huge plays so far this year as far as down the field, but has been really clutch. He's caught everything thrown his way. This offense is just taking what the defense has given them very consistently this year. As Beck continues to be perfect, lines up in the 5 wide. Takes it. Should have thrown an interception, a really bad pass. I just said that Beck had been perfect, and then he makes a bad throw there. Looks like the ball just kind of got away from him. Should have gotten rid of the ball a little bit earlier. And now it's a 3rd and 5. Let's see what Georgia, again in the 5 wide, to see what they can come up with here. And Beck's going to scramble. He's got plenty of grass. He's going to get out of bounds. Nice 1st down carry. Beck's not known for the wheels, but he showed some off there. And Georgia, Again, coming out in the 5 wide. Kentucky with a too high safety look. Let's see what Georgia can get here. It's going to take a nice little easy dump off as Kobe Young spins his way inside the 3. Let's see what Georgia decides to do here down at the 2-yard line. They bring out the big bodies. Georgia's had some middling success here around the goal line. And they toss out to Roderick Robinson. He's got it set up, and that's going to be a walk-in touchdown for the Georgia Bulldogs. As if they get the extra point, they'll go up 14-3. Roderick Robinson able to get another early score. I believe that's his 2nd of the season, and maybe his 3rd. But Georgia, yes, up 14-3 here. Trying to quiet this Kentucky crowd. Really nice blocking on that play. Got Roderick Robinson out wide, walk-in touchdown. I believe the flag is going to be a personal foul. Yep, roughing the kicker. And Georgia will just accept it and move on. Thorson back out for the kickoff, and he boots one away. And again, this looks like another kicked it out of the end zone, maybe over the uprights. Can we get an extra 3 points there, ref? Isn't that part of the rules? Vandegrift out in the shotgun. Train him, sends him in motion. They try to swing it out, and they do set up the RPO. They're not able to get out there. Raylan Wilson, even with his speed, was not able to get out there in time. Really good setup. Georgia ran a little man coverage there. Raylan got caught trying to get across the field. Just a really good setup. Oh, and they try to get another screen going, and that's blown up by Kristen Miller. If Miller's not there for that play, that's another well set up and blocked play for Kentucky. They may have would have gotten a real explosive play out of that. Vandegrift, this offense is playing pretty quick. We now have a 3rd and 2. Kentucky is getting to the line, and they are trying to snap the ball really quickly. Vandegrift this time under center. See if they play action here. And nope, they're just going to hand off. But Raylan Wilson missed the tackle in the hole. Was not able to get a hand on Trainum. And excuse me, that was Mondon. And Kentucky gets a first down. Again, Kentucky driving, showing that some early jitters, they may kind of be past it. As Brock Vandegrift takes it and gives a handoff. Michael Williams did get around the edge there, but was not able to close it down before Sumo was able to gain a gain of 5 there. Vandegrift back under center, got Trainum behind him. Barian Brown over to the left, and it's a stretch play. Hard to run the ooh, but a nice little move. He cuts up the field. London overruns the pursuit there, and just did not make the play. Georgia has got to get some better play out of their linebackers here. Vandegrift in the shotgun. Sumo beside him, takes the snap, hands it off to him, and it is blown up. Kristen Miller, we saw on that play, Smile Mondon tried to kind of force Sumo to the outside, and the middle was able to get off of his block. He takes the snap, play action, and Vandegrift has to throw the ball away. It is now 3rd and long. Again, there's plenty of speed and playmakers on this Kentucky offense, so even on the 3rd and longs, cannot relax too much if you're the Bulldogs here. He takes a snap, and Michael Williams just runs free from the outside and gets a sack on Vandegrift. Then being at the 38, this might be punt territory. This would be a pretty major kick here. The wind seems to be really affecting Kentucky's kicker there. Yeah, Michael just absolutely brutalized that right tackle that I pointed out before the game. I thought it would be something that we could exploit, but they are going to try to come out here and kick the field goal. Pretty lengthy one here at 55 yards. Let's see if he's got the leg for it, and he does. Sneaks it through. Let's go. Now it's a 14-6 game. Kentucky had 2 pretty bad drives to start off, and has now kicked 2 field goals in their last 2 drives. And Georgia's going to have to look to respond yet again. No up downs if you can close this out. I hear you, Calvin. Arian Smith takes the kickoff. He gets up the field using that 98 speed. Almost was able to get free. Let's see what this Georgia offense is off to a good start. Scored 2 touchdowns on 3 drives. See if they can keep that going. Beck in the shotgun. Lovett in the slot. ETN to his right. Kentucky's crowd is trying to get back into the game. That's one way to quiet it, is Lovett up the field. Gains a nice, easy first down, gain of about 15 there. This Georgia offense is just killing teams with plays out of the slot. See Georgia come out 3 wide again. Delp at tight end, ETN to Beck's right. He takes the snap, whips it around, gets out to Lovett. Really short game there. The Georgia offensive passing game has been all about getting the ball out quick and trying to let these guys make plays. Been a lot of underneath stuff over the middle. Teams have not adjusted to it yet. You have to assume that they will at a certain point. At that point, Georgia's got to show that they can take the top off. Beck in the shotgun, ETN to his left. He hands it off. Good blocking up front. ETN gains 3 there. Did have some blow-ups on the right side, but it kind of caused congestion. So ETN tried to just run up the middle and get what he could here. 3rd and 3. The crowd is getting after it. Let's see what Beck can do. He takes the snap, and he's got green grass in front of him. And Beck, again, not the most mobile, slides down, gets the first down. That is his second first down run for a 3rd down conversion. Really, really nice work there from Beck. Beck again in the shotgun, ETN to his left. They have been feeding the horse. And ETN with a nice juke move, he explodes up the field. A huge first down run there. And this offense is in full success running the football. Now we got Georgia coming out yet again. Beck in the shotgun. It looks like he's trying to change the play now. Beck takes the snap, hands it off to ETN. Really good run blocking again. And that is ETN with a huge hole. Gain of 8. Let's see what this Georgia offense can put together here. Again, in the red zone, looking to get another touchdown. Let's see what they can work with here. Quick dump off, gets that ball out to ETN, but he's not able to get up the field. Only a gain of 1. He tried to hit him quick, but did kind of force ETN to have to spin around a little bit. He was unable to get the feet back working. Let's see what Georgia can come up with here. Got Beck in the shotgun, Branson Robinson to his left. He just hands off to Robinson, who is met by number 13. We get a timeout a timeout from Kentucky. Got about a minute and a half left. Georgia's going to attempt to kick the field goal here. Woodring misses it again. Just not off to a great start. You know, he missed an extra point in the last game. I believe he missed a field goal, and that is now another one. He's just not off to a great start here. Got Vandergriff in the shotgun. Here's going to take the snap. Oh, and a really nice play by Ellis Robinson to knock that ball away. Now 2nd and 10. Kentucky's going to have to move quick with this drive. They do have a couple of timeouts, try to get into scoring position. Georgia's kicking woes have helped keeping Kentucky in the game. Vandergriff has to throw the ball away again. Just nobody getting open. Great pass coverage there. The Georgia defense. 3rd and long. Kentucky comes out and the pistol. Looks like they're just going to run the ball. They do. They get stuffed. Now Georgia's going to call a timeout. Georgia is going to have 2 timeouts. Looks like a little bit more than a minute left. Ooh, a nice kick. Anthony Evans gets the ball and is unable to shake the first defender. And we will see If Carson Beck and this Georgia offense can create a couple of big plays here and try to get into scoring position. Beck lines up in the shotgun. ETN to his right. Put Lovett in motion. Takes the snap. Gonna try to lob it. The ball is knocked away. Tried to lob that over the defenders. See if he could find Delp down the field, but was unable to do so. Beck, just over a minute left. Again, do have 2 timeouts. Takes the snap. They try to set up a screen. He gets it out to ETN. Blocking up ahead, just not a whole lot of room there. Georgia's blockers couldn't quite get out there like they should. Expect Georgia to not take a timeout here. We're going to probably not be in the biggest hurry here with a 3rd and long situation. It doesn't mean they're not going to try to make a play here, though. Beck lined up in the shotgun. Four wide receivers. Oh, Lovett drops it there. Georgia's forced to punt. 14-6. Barian Brown is tackled. Take the ball at about, looks like the 34. So, 2 timeouts left. Georgia only ran about 35 seconds off the clock. Not really a whole lot. Kentucky back in rhythm. Quick pass completion there to Macklin from Vandegrift for a gain of 7. Georgia, the big thing here is just not letting Kentucky beat them deep. They only have 1 timeout left now. Nice little whip route to Macklin. Gets the first down and gets across midfield. Kentucky has to take a timeout. There's 19 seconds left. Let's see what Vandegrift can pull out here. He just throws the ball away. Nobody's open, trying not to waste any time. But decides just to throw it away. Vandegrift again in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Trying to dump it down. He has to throw the ball away again with just 10 seconds left. 3rd and 10. Vandegrift has definitely shown that he is willing to get the ball and just throw it away if nobody's open. He's trying to take care of the ball for sure here. Vandegrift again just throws it away. It's going to be a 4th and 10 with 6 seconds left. No reason here for Kentucky not to try Hail Mary with the amount of time that's left. Even with a sack, Georgia would probably not have enough time to even get a playoff. So looks like he's going to try to heave-ho it, and he does. And the ball is knocked out of bounds, and we go to halftime with Georgia up 14-6. So a lot of success for Georgia there in the first half. A couple of drives stalling on offense, but they do go in with the lead, handling the road environment very well. You can see Roderick Robinson with a touchdown right there. Beck takes back the snap. This was the long touchdown to Delp as he broke free for Georgia's first score of the game. And let's see what this is. Should be a nice little, yep, this was one of the better throws there to Barian Brown. Really nice throw from Vandegrift there. As you guys will give me just 1 second. Take just about a 2-minute breather. Give me just a minute. Jesse, whatever you need him to do. I told him we could have him do the UPS store. Get stops off somebody, and just go do that for you if it'll help. You don't want to deal with it later. I'd send him over there. Yeah, that's up to you. Brandon didn't want us to do that, but if you can do that, that way you're just not dealing with it later. Yeah. How's your test going? Is Arian Smith back to take the kick. Running the ball up the field. Arian Smith tries to get around the defender, did not. Probably should have nailed that ball, but Georgia back out on offense. 1st and 10 at their own 17. Georgia's up 14-6. Have had a couple of good drives, but have also stalled a couple times. Did have a missed field goal. ETN with a really good run. Can he keep it going? Nope. Should have covered the field a little bit sooner, but did gain 9. ETN having his best game of the season so far on the ground, up to 63 yards rushing. Let's see what Georgia can put together. I hear you, McAlvin. Good luck, bud. Get done with it. You're almost done. Beck sends Lovett in motion. He takes the snap. Just dumps it off to ETN, gets the first down, gets out of bounds. Georgia has tried to use that play a couple times. It looks like to try to get Delp open behind the linebackers, but they're not quite squeezing it. Not quite squeezing down enough. Beck lined up again in the shotgun, and looks like Kentucky is going to try to bring pressure. They just got the one safety deep. Georgia's probably going to try to take a shot here. Oh, and Beck gets hit. Did have Lovett open. It looked like over the middle was going to try to take the big play, but he gets hit just as he was releasing the ball. It is now a 2nd and 10. Let's see what Georgia draws up here. Beck lines up in the shotgun, bunch to his left, ETN to his right. Takes the snap immediately, gets the ball out to Bell, but just a little off on the throw there. Beck has been solid all day. That was not a good pass, just a little bit out in front. Right there, he lines up now 4 wide. Delp in the slot. He just tries to dump it off, and again, 3 misfires there from Beck. Certainly not the best situation. You guys will give me 1 second. I got another phone call. What's up, buddy? Okay, sounds good, my buddy. Yes, sir. How about Bye. Sorry about that. Had a couple work calls. Kentucky driving down the field. A couple good throws there from Vandegrift. Vandegrift now back here under center. They're trying to score. Oh, and he hands off. Oh, and he actually gets Raylan Wilson, goes towards the running back there. He's able to fake him out with the fake reverse and handoff. Would have been a sack for sure. Raylan Wilson coming on the inside. Vandegrift in the shotgun, 2nd and 10. He takes it, RPO, gets it out quick. DeVarian Brown, gain of about 8. 3rd and short. Georgia's offense has not done this defense many favors in this one. Georgia defense has played pretty well, obviously holding Kentucky out of the end zone Had a missed tackle in there by Georgia linebacker. Trainum was able to get the first down. There's not a lot of clean football being played by Georgia in a hostile environment against a pretty good Kentucky team, but one that Georgia's clearly better than. Vandegrift takes the snap. He throws it, and that's going to be a touchdown to Dane Key. Got to wonder if Kentucky's going to attempt a two-point conversion here, and it looks like they're leaving the offense out on the field. Let's see what we got here. Georgia needs to stop, and then Georgia needs to score right now. Vandegrift takes it. He rolls out. Nowhere to throw. He escapes the sack attempt, but does finally get swarmed. They are unable to convert the two-point conversion. Georgia only up 14-12 here, close to midway through the third quarter. Anthony Evans looked like he was going to kneel it, decided to take it out, and breaks a couple tackles, gets close up to the 20. Let's see what the Georgia offense can do. Got to find a way to produce some points here. The missed field goal now is definitely looming large. Would have had a slightly bigger lead here. Georgia lines up in the bunch. Beck takes the snap. Quickly dumps off to Lovett. Lovett was able to kind of break a tackle. Gains of 5 there before he finally gets brought down. Georgia again coming out in the bunch formation. Beck in the shotgun. He takes the snap. Gets the ball out to Urosic again. Nice little first down. Quick pass for Beck. Georgia's got to find a couple of explosive plays. I think right now that's the biggest thing this offense is missing. They did have the big play to Delp earlier, but defenses are starting. Kentucky's playing up a little bit more. And Beck just gets sacked there. Etienne was not able to get over there. Hardaway with the sack. Etienne was not able to get over there and take the block. A longer developing pass play, really good timed blitz. Really good time blitz for Kentucky. Called it at the exact perfect moment. Again, Kentucky is starting to crowd the line. See if Beck and this offense can make a play. And he finds Delp up the seam for a first down game. Beck has said he's taking the licks and doing what he feels like he needs to be done. Definitely getting too many work calls there, McAlvin. Beck lined up in the shotgun, got Etienne to his left. He takes the snap. Going to try to fit that into Bell. Excellent throw, and Bell breaks the tackle, but does get tripped up. Really, really nice throw there. Getting Bell over the middle. Really, really nice throw from Beck, who just continued to look like he's just in rhythm. Beck again in the shotgun. Calls an audible. And he's going to hand the ball off. Etienne with a big hole. Etienne with a first down run. And we got an injury to a Kentucky player. Looks like Keyshawn Slater. And Georgia driving yet again. Let's see if they can punch this one. See if they can get a score. You need a touchdown here. You need to get some separation again. The defense has played plenty well. You have to figure they got a couple more stops in them. Beck takes the snap, hands it off. Etienne's going to get to the outside. He's got one man to beat. Jukes inside and now has the ball inside the 10. Etienne has been a sensational workhorse today. He's closing in on 100 yards rushing with a lot of time left over. Let's see what Georgia can draw up here, trying to get into the end zone. Beck's going to take the snap, and he is going to get sacked. Nothing working there. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 12-yard line. Mean hit that Beck took just then. Let's see if this Georgia offense can put something together here. Had to figure they should at least, got to make sure you at least come away with points. And that ball is picked. Just an absolutely perfect timing there by the middle linebacker coming across the middle from his zone. Lovett was open for a second. That is now Beck's 3rd interception. You throw one in every game after doing an excellent job of protecting the ball last year. Vandergrift takes the snap. He's going to take his shot. That ball gets knocked away, and then it gets caught. What a play by Jamori Macklin down the sideline. That ball is almost intercepted. Macklin able to keep his focus and come down with it right before falling out of bounds. A lot of bad luck there by the Georgia Bulldogs, for the Georgia Bulldogs, excuse me. Vandergrift takes it and hands it off. Michael Williams with another stop there. Michael Williams with 3 tackles for loss in this game. He's had a tremendous day against an overmatched right tackle. Georgia really needs a stop. They really need to stop, try to dump it out. Goes out of bounds. It's going to be 3rd and long. Georgia needs to force a punt here. Expecting to protect the sticks at all costs. And he dumps it, and he's tackled, knocked out of his hands actually there. Kentucky is forced to punt. Beck is able to get away with his mistake inside the 10. Just as I was saying, you know, how they need to make sure they at least get points there, and then we throw an interception. And the Georgia offense is back out there. Georgia just 14 points here in this outing. Beck hands off. Branson Robinson. Good carry there, gain of about 7. Robinson's had a couple of tough carries here, but was able to get that one for a really good gain. We got Beck calling an audible. See what he draws up here. And he finds Bell with another good gain. Excellent throw right in the middle of several defenders. Dylan Bell, 3 catches, 41 yards on the day. That's a nice, really confident throw from Beck to follow up the interception. Beck again takes the snap. He's going to dunk this one down, try to get Love with the ball in space. But Kentucky's able to wrap him up, just a gain of 1. Really quiet day for Lovett, who has come in off of a couple of really, really good performances. Has not been able to find exceptional room against this Kentucky defense. Got Beck again making a change at the line. It lines up, and ETN gets locked up there in the background. Now you got a 3rd and long. What does Georgia do here? Georgia decides to go 5 wide. Beck showing a lot of confidence. The Kentucky crowd is trying to get into it, and he gets sacked and fumbles. Georgia's got to get on the ball. Ernest Green picks it up. Looks like Georgia, I don't believe they'd given up a sack heading into this game, but have now given up 2. Georgia looks like they're going to run off the clock, the rest of this clock. Go into the 4th quarter, excuse me, up just 14-12. Georgia offense is just not making enough plays. Maybe not leaning on the run game quite enough. The Beck interception really hurts, and you add in, you know, that being inside the 10, and you add in the missed field goal, and it creates a closer game than maybe what has actually kind of played out. As you see, Beck continues to be very accurate using the short part of the field. Excellent, made a couple of really good throws in the intermediate game, but the interception looms large as we head into this 4th quarter. Georgia has clearly been the better team, but it's not showing up on the scoreboard quite as much as it needs to. And that ball is going to go out of the end zone. Ellis Robinson was almost able to track it down. And Georgia's back out on defense. Got Vandergrift under center. He throws a toss out. Georgia just cannot get out into open to tackle him. Zaguaro has to train him down right before he busted that. The last line of defense for the Georgia defense gets Kentucky out of trouble. Past the 35-yard line. Little RPO action. Georgia's able to wrap up there. Really nice play. Get the tight end down. Now a 2nd and 8. Georgia is trying to get off the field, get another stop, get this offense back out there, but a beautiful pass. Macklin breaks it. He gets past the tackle attempt of Starks. Aguero does get him down there at the end. Huge play, beautiful play design. Get Macklin out. Good throw by Vandegrift to get him the ball in stride. Oh, and Macklin gets out wide. Macklin's had an excellent football game today. As almost scores there, and Georgia's in deep trouble. Georgia is in a lot of trouble in this one. Georgia's offense has let this defense down so far today. RPO action, able to wrap him up there. 2nd and goal from the 8. Really nice tackle from Ellis Robinson. Is off to a fantastic start to his Georgia career. Georgia's got to find a way to get stops. They run a little counter, and Train breaks it into the end zone. And Kentucky has the lead. Georgia's offense is super stalled here in the second half. Has not put a point on the board. The interception inside the 10, the missed field goal. That should at least be 6 more points on the board for Georgia, and they would still be up. Anthony Evans, decent little return, gets it past the 20. Let's see what Georgia, they've got to go get a touchdown. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Beck takes the snap, fakes it. That ball knocked away. Should have dropped that one down. Beck seems like he might be feeling a bit of the pressure of the moment there with that decision. Beck comes out in the 5 wide. Again, plenty of time left. He's going to quickly dump this off to Lovett. Lovett, gain of about 7. See what Georgia can draw up here. Huge 3rd down here. Again with the 5 wide. See what Beck can do. Gets Bell. Bell with a really big game and a big gain on that play. 4 catches for 60 yards. Bell has definitely been the difference maker so far in this passing game, outside of Delp with the long touchdown. Beck hands the ball off to Etienne. A nice carry there, gain of 7. I think that's what Georgia should lean on here. I think they should lean on the run game. Kentucky has done just well enough in coverage. Back in the shotgun, hands it off to Etienne. Again, really good blocking. Etienne doesn't do anything fancy, brings the physicality himself. Let's see, I would just keep handing the ball off. No reason to get too fancy with it. Beck now under center. Branson Robinson is out, and he gets the carry. Not great blocking, but he's able to find a way to get 3. Georgia has been the better team, but it's not showing up on the scoreboard. Mistakes in crucial spots have really affected them. Beck under center, Etienne behind him. Good blocking. Etienne gets up the field. Gain of 6. Got a 3rd and short here for the Georgia offense. Let's see what they can pull out right here. Kentucky crowding the line. 4 wide for Beck. Etienne to his right. He hands off to Etienne again. Etienne has to bounce it away from Walker, but is able to pick up the 1st down. Again, sometimes you have to lean on the run game if that's what's working. Beck comes out in the shotgun. Etienne to his right. 4 wide. Oh, he gets hit just as he lets the ball go. Deion Walker with a really, really nice shot there on Beck. Got to thank Beck. A little shaken up with some of the hits he's taken in this game. Beck in the shotgun. Hands the ball off to Branson. Branson with a decent little carry, gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7. If you're Georgia, you got to find your best play right here. This is the moment. Let's go! Georgia with a touchdown to Dylan Bell, who beats his man on the outside. Heck of a throw from Beck. Looks like he hot routed Bell. try to beat the guy in single coverage. The safety didn't come over the top for the help. And that's a touchdown. That is a touchdown. Okay, Calvin, stop telling me to run the ball. I got this. Now Georgia going to go for 2. Let's see what they can come up with here. Oh! What a 2-point conversion. Colby Young with an outstanding diving catch. Georgia's up 3 with about 4 minutes to go. And he kicks it off. 22-19, 4 minutes to play. Georgia defense has struggled on the last couple of possessions, but it's been pretty good for the entirety of the day. Vandegrift under center. Trainum behind him. He hands off and he is shut down. Really nice play there by Tyrion Ingram Dawkins, Tid as we like to call him here in Georgia country. 2nd and 10. Vandegrift in the shotgun. Let's see what they draw up. Again, looks like a halfback power, and Georgia again with the stop. Raylan Wilson, really nice play there to help plug the hole. They got him for the sack. Warren Brinson, who came back when he could have went to the NFL, at least had a chance to get drafted. Georgia's going to force a punt. Warren Brinson a little banged up there, it looks like. But sometimes it's worth it here in the 4th quarter. A huge play. Georgia now going to try to run out the clock and come out of this game with a victory. Anthony Evans with an excellent return, going to his left, to his right. Georgia has outthrown them, outrushed them, and scored more touchdowns and currently hold a 3-point lead. Georgia has won the time of possession in this game. Can they run out this last 3 minutes? Beck, a handoff, Branson Robinson. Head down, straight ahead, gain of 3. Really quiet day for Branson in this one, but he's taking the tough yards when he can get them. Got Beck under shotgun, Etienne to his right. Etienne has eaten all day. Sees the pressure coming off the edge, shoots it up, only a gain of 1. They got another big 3rd down here. Georgia maybe not running as much clock as they should. I'm expecting them to take this down as much as they can. Beck calling a couple of hot routes. Surveying the defense. Got Etienne to his right, Lovett in the slot, Delpin at tight end, Colby Young way out to his right, and Bell to the left. Kentucky trying to fire up their defense. And he's got Delp open over the middle as the linebacker misplays it. That is a huge 1st down conversion. And now Georgia's going to run it down to the 2-minute warning. I think you could fully expect them to chew clock from here. Again, they're up 3. Assuming nothing wrong happens here, they are in field goal position. They've had their struggles with Woodring so far this year. But we'll see what they can do. Beck, hands off. Etienne bursts up the middle. Gain of about 8. Kentucky calls their first timeout. Second and 3, just past a 2-minute break. Etienne to Beck's right. He takes the snap. He tries to dump it over to Delp, who again, a huge touchdown. Georgia, instead of running the ball, goes for the dagger. Boom, shoots him with the arrow. Oscar Delp, a career day for the junior tight end, trying to separate here. And Georgia is now up 9. What a gutsy call. Georgia decides to go from the dagger. Oscar Delp hanging on with the big hit from the safety. Wow. And Georgia, after struggling for the majority of the last 2.5 quarters, gets 2 touchdowns on 2 drives when they have to have them. Now they have a 2-score lead here with a defense that's gotten after Vandegrift for the majority of the game. Now we're just trying to see whether or not they can close it up. Georgia 29, Kentucky 19, just less than 2 minutes left. And Vandegrift's in the shotgun. What kind of magic can he have against his former team? He dumps it down. Really short play is Warren Brinson again, who was dealing with some wear and tear. Did just get hurt. Let's see what else we got. It looks like everybody else on Georgia's roster is good. Hopefully Brinson is not too banged up. Georgia is deep at that position, and we get a sack. I believe it was by Ingram Dawkins. Tid came through. 3rd and 20. 2 timeouts left for Kentucky. They are in full-on desperation mode. And that ball's intercepted. Malachi Starks, the preseason All-American, bounces it to the outside. He's going to get it in for the touchdown. And what was Georgia trailing in this game, 19-14, has now completely shifted. What a final few minutes as Malachi Starks gives Georgia the dagger that they need. Now up 36-19. What a finish this has been for Georgia. Wow. What a last couple of minutes. Malachi Starks with the pick 6. Georgia now has played 3 games and have gotten 3 pick 6s, 2 by Dalen Everett to start off the season, and now 1 from Malachi Starks as Brock Vandegrift makes his first real mistake of the game, and it was when Kentucky absolutely could not have it. Now Kentucky essentially are just playing for stat lines and hopes and dreams later on down the line, as this game is officially going to end up with a win for Georgia, a W in the column. Vandegrift with another nice pass there, but that ball gets knocked away. Good play out wide by Humphrey. Georgia 3rd and 4. Vandegrift takes the snap. Takes a shot down the field to Dane Key, but it is broken up by the Georgia Bulldogs secondary. It is 4th and 4. The game on the line officially for Kentucky right here. Let's see what they do. They're able to drop it off, and a nice catch there by Macklin, who's had a really good game for them. Unfortunately for them, it does not appear like it's going to be enough. We're down with just a minute left. Vandegrift drops back. Tries to throw it over the middle again to take his shot, and that ball is broken up. Georgia's defense has dealt with a kind of slower playing offense. Thank you, McAlvin. A slower playing offense today, and is able to take it over. Oh, he had a running back break open on the left, but Brock Vandegrift decides to throw it away. Vandegrift really seen that completion percentage drop here over the past couple of drives. And let's see, 3rd and 10. Georgia is trying to officially put this game on ice. And he throws the ball away again, a 4th and 10. You got to give your guys a chance to make a play, Brock. 36-19, 4th and 10. Does Georgia finally get off the field and put this one away? That ball is knocked away, swatted Dalen Everett. And Georgia is going to come away with the win. Did not play their best, but an absolute flurry of points over the last 5.5, 6 minutes of the game. Made this, again, Georgia was down 19-14 just a few minutes ago. Now it looks like they're going to kneel this one out. Georgia is now going to be 3-0 on the season and 1-0 in the conference. Wow. Great finish for Georgia there. I know that Will Brown could not be happier with the performance overall of the defense. And really nice team win. Defense made plays late. Offense, 2 scoring drives in the last 6 minutes with touchdowns. Plenty of mistakes, plenty of things to learn. You see the flurry of points there in the fourth quarter for Georgia. Outscored them 22-7 in the fourth quarter, and that's the difference, right? Oscar Delp, player of the game, 4 catches, 112 yards, 2 touchdowns. Had a really big third down conversion on the touchdown drive to give Georgia back the lead as well. Really nice effort from Delp today. Was definitely the big play guy Georgia's been looking for in the passing game. And just a really nice, listen, anytime you can get a win on the road in the SEC, you take it. And again, that is a 36-19 final. We'll go through the stat line here. So go to Georgia. Carson Beck, 24-33, 287 yards, 3 touchdown passes. Again, did have his 3rd straight game with an interception. This one was play trying to find Lovett, who was open for a second. The ball just had a linebacker kind of duck underneath the coverage, didn't get the ball over him enough, and I was able to pick it off inside the 10. Was kind of a turning point play in the game, it looked like, as Kentucky was able to take the lead afterwards. But it was all for naught. Overall, I think Beck played very well, was accurate, a couple of really big throws, took some shots in this game. Believe he was sacked twice, but took some other hits as well, was able to make the plays. Huge game from Trevor Etienne, 18 carries, 134 yards, did not find the end zone, but the first real massive game for him. Branson Robinson, 9 for 31. Beck, the couple of sacks really hurt this, but did have 2 third down conversions with on scrambles. Roderick Robinson had the 1 touchdown toss at the goal line. Did not get a whole lot of other work. With ETN being the hot hand, Georgia decided to just lean with that. Receiving, Lovett led the team in receptions again, but with just 43 yards, not able to get loose at all, and did have a drop. Dylan Bell, really big game. Actually caught what eventually was the game-winning touchdown on the streak on the left side. 5 for 78 and a tutty. Of course, Oscar Delp, 4 for $112 and 2 tutties. ETN, just 6 yards on 4 catches. They kind of struggled to get him going in the passing game, but had a huge game on the ground to make up for it. Ben Urasek here, 3 for 33. Kobe Young, 2 really nice first down catches, I believe. I know one for sure was, and also added in the 2-point conversion diving catch. But 2 catches for him. He's been a little quiet. Haven't used him a whole lot. This is the kind of game with the plays he was able to make. Kind of the kind of things that make them want to get him the ball more. Ernest Green allowed a sack, as did Tate Ratledge. As we go to the defense, couple of really good games here. We'll see if Warren Brinson, what he's dealing with from a wear and tear perspective after this, but did have to come out of the game late. Malachi Starks, 9 tackles with an interception. Warren Brinson, 7 tackles, 2 tackles for loss and a sack. Michael Williams, really good game off the edge. 7 tackles, 3 TFLs and a sack. Did have Nazir Stackhouse here with also a half sack. And Ted with a sack, and Damon Wilson Jr. with a half sack. Interceptions, again, you had Malachi Starks with the pick 6. Just a really good game from him. You know, he's a preseason All-American, definitely living up to the hype. He's off to a good start this year. We'll take a look at Kentucky stats. Vandegrift, 22 for 41. Had moments in this game for sure. A couple of really nice passes. Vandegrift's probably a little too prone to throw the ball away. That really hurts his completion percentage here. A touchdown, did throw the pick 6. Did have a couple of really nice throws. As we look at Trainum here, 16 for 88. Georgia again, and he did have a touchdown as well. Georgia's struggling to stop running backs to an extent here through 2 of their FBS games. Sumo, just a couple of carries. Macklin did have 9 yards rushing at receiver. He also had 6 catches for 114 yards. Trainum did add value on the through the air as well. So over 100 total yards for him. Got the tight end Caddis here, 4 for 29. Dane Key did score a touchdown, 3 catches for 28. Barry and Brown, 3 for 32. did have a long at 24. His other catch wasn't really for much, but the one play he did have was a really nice throw from Vandergriff. And let's duck down here on the defense and see. So they had Alex Afari, 11 tackles at TFL. Christian Story, a free safety, 10 tackles. Had Hardaway with 2 tackles for loss. Hayes, Dion Walker, Afari, and J.J. Weaver here with tackles for loss. Dion Walker also had a sack, as did Hayes and Hardaway. Really nice game from Hardaway, playing out of that slot corner spot. And Childress, the middle line, or excuse me, Derek Jackson was the middle linebacker that had the interception off of Beck. But yeah, you know, definitely feel like Georgia outplayed Kentucky in this one. The game almost got away from them, but more first downs, more yards, more rushing yards, more yards per rush. I mean, you just look, it's all better, right? Georgia was 58% on third downs, held Kentucky to just 4 of 15. Kentucky did get a fourth down conversion. Georgia got the 2-point conversion. Kentucky did not. Georgia struggled in the red zone here with the interception and the field goal, missed field goal we had. Both teams had a turnover, both of them being interceptions. Georgia dominated time of possession. It really feels like, even thinking back to the Kentucky game, that, you know, if you're going to beat Georgia, you got to force a couple of turnovers and you got to create big plays. The defense has done a pretty solid job of not giving up just a whole bunch of, consistent 4 or 5 first down kind of drives, but teams have created big plays. Yeah, Georgia with the win here. We will upgrade the coach. I've been pretty heavy on the recruiter training. We'll take a look and see if I want to do that yet. So for me to get the elite recruiter, I have to sign 2 top 10 recruiting classes. So we'll add in a linebacker. Let's do the quarterback here. They'll always be recruiting. Increased weekly recruiting hours for QBs. As you guys know, I'm really after this Deontay Riggs kid. We'll advance the week. We'll take a quick look at recruiting and then do take a look at scores. And we have a bye week before we actually go to play Alabama, which I'll be shutting down the stream for and then popping it right back up. Let's see. Did lose some recruits here. Back to it. Mike McPherson was the 5-star gem wide receiver. Haven't really been showing you guys this, but as really like Tennessee, we were struggling to put a lot of pressure on him. Ends up going there. We got Alex Rashid also commits to Tennessee. But we're in the lead for a lot of guys, and we are actually losing to Deontay Riggs now. We'll see who his number 1 school here is here in just a second, but he's kind of the quarterback, that I've thrown the gauntlet at, right? And now I can put 15 more points into him with the recruiting training skill that we just got. So we're neck and neck with Florida. Again, I'm throwing everything that I have at him, throwing all the available points that I can, and trying to make that work. So now we're throwing 65 total points at him. We do have him coming in on a visit as we play Auburn in just a couple of weeks. Hopefully, as we advance past his next bye week, we take a jump up for him. Still leading Tavares Tobias. Derek Sermon we're kind of struggling with here, but he's not the running back I'm really going after. It's this Glenn Easy kid. Easy. I really want Tobias and Easy. I think that's the kind of mix, the power back with the receiving back, I think is a good fit for what I'm looking at. Then there's Mike McPherson. Really, really wanted him. Didn't work out. We'll take him off the board. Dexter Dallas we've got. This is the Kenny Boyce kid out of Ocala, Florida. I've really wanted big speed, deep threat, kind of gives the team a different look. And we are well ahead for him. We're essentially the only team recruiting him, the only team to offer him. We are falling here when it comes to Ian, but in a good spot, I would say, for a lot. Rashid will go ahead and take him off the board. I'm going to take a look. It's probably time for me to take a look at some of these offensive linemen, try to get another couple of guys. I think if you pull up our team needs, we need Need a couple of guards. Need 3 guards and a couple of tackles in this class. You feel good about taking that guy as a tackle, 1 guard, 2 guards. It looks like I'll get 2 guards and a center, so I need to go after just a couple of more linemen because we're in a recruiting battle here for Roland Wicks. And as we move to the defensive side, Lyle Pounds really looks like he's going to end up at LSU. We've been a little slow with the recruitment here. Let me see. I can add, why don't we take away this? I will. He has not narrowed down to 5 recruits, so I do got some time here. Start throwing a little bit more ammunition at him for right now. Got Mike Bolin, who I believe we are well in, or no, not really super in the lead for. Throwing just 25 at him. I'm going to try to think of ways that I can maybe cut back some of my, like we're the only team recruiting this Michaels kid, right? So we'll take the 25 away there. We'll just go back to DMing him. Save me some hours. Quincy Keys, well out for, but Clemson has offered a scholarship. I'll keep that at 25. Cotter, really need him. So we will add some hours to him as well. Keen, well out in front of him. I've got 25 on that. Let's save some points there. We'll just go back to DMing him. We're in a really good spot. Ben Holiday, kind of struggling here. That's a lot of ground to make up. I'll probably keep him on for another week. Leading for Emmanuel Wood. Craycraft we've already got. It's Lyle Rowland. This one is probably over. Top 3. I find it really hard to believe that we can really make a push for him. He's a good athlete, not a crazy player there. And it does look like we're going to get Xavier Scruggs. I need a couple of guys at middle linebacker, but Craycraft is going to move there. I'm going to take away Roland here, save us a couple of hours. I need to get some more recruits in here, so look good for Scruggs. Hendricks, we've been sending the house. Rourke, let's try. I can maneuver. Let's take away the 25 here. Let's try sending the house with him, see if I can get back up there with Tennessee. RJ Dorsey, another 5-star guy here. We're kind of neck and neck with them. Let's do so he is coming on a visit. I can bring him in on a visit to Auburn when we play them. So got a couple of weeks. Don't really know what he is looking for. What's his Coach Prestige? So we know that's his deal breaker, so we will go with Coach Prestige. You know that's going to be something very important to him. That only leaves me with 5 hours. Let's go ahead and throw some more points at him. 5-star guy I'd really like to get. And now we got Gerald Flynn. We're well out in front for him. Let's see. I can maybe, I don't have the hours right now to schedule a visit with him. Naylor. No time. This guy looks like we're for sure going to win. So I'll just move a couple of points off of him. Flynn looks like we're definitely going to get, but I really want to kind of keep the hours. I know what he likes here. We'll take this away. I'll go ahead and schedule this visit for Auburn so he can be there with RJ Dorsey. We'll do pro potential for him. We know we got a good grade for that. So again, it leaves me with no hours. Reggie Hobbs, we're at 25, but we're for sure going to get him. It looks like barring something very unforeseen. Just kind of lowering some of the points on some of these guys that I feel comfortable that we're going to get, like Lee John here. We're pretty well running away with some of these recruitments. So leading there, 10 points. Leading there, 5. Leading there, heavy 5. Don't have, let me make sure I at least do have an action here. We'll DM Flynn. I got 30 hours available. I'm trying to throw some more. I don't know what Dorsey wants. I don't know what Dorsey. Oh, never mind. I knew his thing. So let's take away social media. Take away friends and family. I'm going to send the house at this cornerback. Let's start making some waves here. For him, I've got 10 hours available. Rourke we're struggling with. We're sending more points there. Hendricks we're leading. Scruggs we're the only one recruiting right now. I will back off some of his points. I'd like to get a couple of more offensive linemen that I'm looking at it here. Manuel will leave that the same. Holiday's going to be a struggle. Back that down to 10. Cotter, we're going all in. Keys, we're doing well there. Doing pretty solid there. Pounds, we're struggling. We decided to go with the full 60, see if I can make up some ground before he starts really squeezing. Whitaker, yeah. So, got 25 points available. Let's, this would kind of usually, I guess, be considered like low lock cheese back on the NCAA. Let's just look at some 5-star. What do I need more here? So probably tackle. I've only got one tackle on the board, and I know I need some of those. I think I need, let's see, 1, 2. I feel pretty good about getting a couple of these guards. So pretty good about him. 2. We're going to keep pushing that. So looking good for 2 guards. Let's look at tackle. And let us see what we got here. So if we just take a look at Janovich, and I'll scroll all the way down here and take a look at him. He's now going to be at the bottom of our list. Okay, we're well out of that race. No reason to even look at him. Let's see. Fine. The 3-star guy we could probably push has no offers there on his right side. Not really what I'm looking for. Let's just look at some 4-stars here. Doing my ranking. So that's the guy we're leading for. This guy is open. What is he looking like? Yeah, this guy might be getting overlooked. Okay. Ohio State's leading for him. Pretty heavy. So not interested in us anyway. Let's take a look. We'll see what we can do here. We'll see what we can do. Let's see. Kind of perusing here, see if there's somebody else I can maybe add. It may end up having to be like a 3-star type guy, unfortunately. Let's take a look at this Thomas Nicholas kid. It's a 3-star. Yep, not a good player. This is going to be. May have to come back to that. We don't really have a whole bunch of points, so. Tackle may just be a spot we have to look at the transfer portal for. So, coming out of recruiting, kind of did some adjustments there. Let's take a look at the scores from the week 3, top 25, and see if anything interesting. We do want Bama. McCalvin, I'm gonna hop off for like 2 seconds just so it's easier for me to take this video to YouTube as soon as I get done with these scores, and then we'll jump right into that. So I'll be quick with that. Michigan 45-7, South Carolina routs LSU, big upset there. Nebraska, Ole Miss falls at Wake Forest, a little shocking, 23-21. Texas 21-7 over UTSA. Texas has not played well so far this year, which means they're probably going to come out with their hair on fire against us. Alabama goes to Wisconsin, 27-21 win. Miami 56-21 over Ball State. Kansas State, a 35-27 win over Arizona, nice win for Kansas State there. Oklahoma 31-26 over Tulane. Iowa 35-10 over Troy. NC State continues to win. They're now up to number 8. Georgia again with the late flurry to win there. Oklahoma State 41-7 over Tulsa. Auburn 28-22 against New Mexico. Florida State 41-21. Utah State upsets Utah 38-27. Wow, little rivalry game action. You never know. Notre Dame survives the upset bid for Purdue 28-22. Tennessee 52 over 31. Oregon with a 34-14 win over Oregon State, and we have Washington surviving the Apple Cup 19-13. Washington is 3-0, but has played 3 one-score games, sounding a lot like their team did last year. And we will advance the week. This gets us to our big one. This is, let's see, Cotter kicks us out of his. Oh my, recruiting is not going as well as I was hoping it was. And Deontay Riggs, the quarterback I wanted so badly, has committed to Florida before even getting a chance to visit with us. Oh. Those two hurt. Those two hurt. Those two really hurt. So, 2 of the top guys I wanted, Cotter and Riggs. Wow. Okay. Well, do what we can. Obviously, Georgia, number 1 versus number 3. That's going to be in the next stream that I'm going to start pretty much immediately. But let's go back into recruiting here. God dang it. Riggs hurts. Riggs hurts. I'm going to leave him just in case he decommits, but god dang. And I'm going to leave Cotter just in case he decommits as well, or he actually just locked us out. There's nothing I can do about that. We'll take him off the board. So, have to regroup. Lord have mercy. Let's see. So, let's look after some quarterbacks here. See if I can get somebody that maybe is not getting a whole lot of love. Got this four-star Alex Leganano. He looks like a scrambler type. Auburn is well out ahead, but that's ground that I can make up. Here's a guy, Kevin Vernon, a 4-star athlete, scrambler type, 6'4", 197 out of McDonough. Seems like teams are kind of pushing for other players and not giving him the time of day. Let's see. And he is a gem. He is a gem. We are immediately going to offer him a scholarship. And we know his deal breaker is brand exposure. We're immediately going to start sending the house here. We got to get this guy. 4-star gem means he plays more like a 5-star. Not 93 speed, 92 throw power, just a little bit worse than Riggs is. This looks like a steal. So, is there a way for me? Let's put him at the top, just so I kind of have these two. If you compare their stats, a little bit slightly worse a thrower of the football and 1 tick slower. But Kevin Vernon, that might be a real nice find here. Kind of being overlooked, so I'll take it. Let's go recommended. We'll just scoop on down here to the offensive tackles. See what I can maybe find. Somebody that's not being overly recruited. We got this right tackle here. It's a 3-star guy, Taylor Webb, not being recruited really by anybody. Let's just see. We got another gem. That's huge. So another guy that's being overlooked. I can throw some points at him. You know what? He's a 3-star, plays more like a 4-star. Let's throw the house at him, offer him a scholarship. We should jump up next week as we do play the other team we're competing with there. So 65 points to play with. Let's just go back and we'll start taking a look at some needs. So saying I need 2 tight ends, I don't really necessarily agree with that. We're not overly. We're kind of struggling with the Ian kid. Second for him, I'm already putting all the points I can to him. Here's a 4-star Khalil Blank, more of a blocking tight end, but we'll take a look at him and just see what he's looking like from a scouting perspective. He's also a 4-star. Jim, y'all know what we're doing with this. Going straight into investing points, and I think that'll probably do our recruiting. So let's go over scores for the bye week that we had, and then I'm going to close the stream down just for a minute, and then we'll be back up for Bama. So, got Maryland takes down FCS East. Michigan throttles USC 34-10. Georgia Tech upsets Louisville 28-26 on the road. Penn State over Kent State 36-21. The U over USF 30-20. Notre Dame survives an upset bid 27-24. Ohio State throttles Marshall. Nebraska 51 points over Illinois, scoring 32. Auburn 27-10 over Arkansas. Ole Miss over Georgia Southern 49-10. Sorry, McAlvin. Washington 33-14. Kansas State goes on the road, takes down BYU 49-35. Boston College 49-17 over Michigan State. Boston College 4-0 on the season. Texas A&M 51-17. Looks like they're kind of riding the ship there. Oklahoma doubles up on Tennessee 38-19. Clemson takes down the Wolfpack after their good start 45-31. Clemson now back up in the top 10. And Utah 28-10. That'll do it for this stream. Again, if you're watching, I'm going to hop right back on. But just for ease of moving this over to YouTube, we're going to shut it off. But I'll be right back. If you're watching this on YouTube, like and subscribe. Watching this on Twitch, make sure to drop me a follow. Come back. I'm going to try to do daily streams, but certainly do what we can. And I'll be catch you guys next time.